Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here with you. Hey, you might be wondering why I'm getting online. I don't get online all that often, but something came up this past weekend that I wanted to talk about just for a few minutes. I I love the fact that we can get together in these live environments and not only share, teachings and things that we believe in, uh, through documents and posts and things like that, but these live environments are very, very special. Um, I'd love to see a number of people getting online with us, and so I'm taking just a few minutes to do that. Um, I hope you're having a great week. It's Tuesday, September 1st. It's a brand new month. And with a brand new month, that means a new beginning for this month. And, whatever's happened up until this point in your life, it's in the past. And the Bible tells us we've got to release the past, no matter how good or how bad it was. And we've got to keep looking forward. Um, Letting ourselves know that there is another day we have to look into our lives and deal with. And I have to do that same thing in my own life. And so today I wanted to share that with you. I, uh, I was having a little walk around the neighborhood with my son this past weekend, one of my sons, Darren, and he said something to me. He said, Dad, are you walking a little funny? Are you Is there something wrong with your legs or your back? Because you look like you're a little slumped over. And I didn't really know why he was asking me that. I didn't feel like I was walking any differently than I had before. Um, but I thought to myself, wow, maybe he noticed something. And so when I went out to walk the dog with my wife, a little bit later, I think it was the next day, we were walking around the neighborhood and I just started mentally thinking through what my son had said. And I could feel in my back, and maybe I was stooped over a little bit, kind of the way you get maybe when you get a little bit older, maybe. But I began to realize that something had begun to creep into my life like a habit, walking a little slouched down and a little bent over. I could feel it. I was addressing it, but I had to really consciously think about it and understand what I was dealing with. And I made a decision. I said to Rhonda, I said, "Man, I do. I think I'm walking a little stooped over, and I don't want that to be the way I am as I get older in life." So I I raised myself up and I began to walk straight up. Might have looked a little strange to some people, but I knew if I didn't intentionally change this situation, I would just continue falling back into a bad habit. Um, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with my body. So maybe it's just a habit of just, not building up my core properly, not really addressing things the way I should have in my life physically. But I knew, hey, I need to start and I've got to do something today. And what happened was, as I began to think back about a post I did last week about examining what we tolerate. And without knowing it, something had creeped into my life that was affecting how I was actually walking physically. And I think, in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I've begun to tolerate this type of walking. And I decided I'm not doing that anymore. So every day since then, we go out at least once a day, if not twice a day, to walk our little dog Maggie. And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to force myself to walk straight up. I'm going to be intentional about this. And so why am I sharing this with you today? Because no matter what habit creeps into our life, it may not be that good sometimes. Of course, there can be some good habits, but I'm talking about those things that we just begin to tolerate and they just become a way of life that maybe we don't need in our life, but we don't think about it. And because we don't think about it, we don't address that thing that we tolerate. Whether it's a physical thing that we've fallen into, like I did, the way I was walking, or whether it's a situation with someone we tolerate in our lives, something we tolerate in our life, some financial issue we tolerate in our life, some misbehavior in a family member that we begin to tolerate. There's any number of things that go on in our own personal lives, if not throughout the world and in society. And we all have to get intentional about addressing the things in our life that we've been tolerating for too long, because it's never too late to change. It's never too late to create a new environment around you. It begins by mentally stopping what you're thinking about and saying, what's going on in my life? What's affecting me? Who's affecting me? What thing isn't good for me? We need to stop and think about that every day. Why? So we can address what we've been tolerating in our lives. And I believe this is for someone today, many of you out there that have been tolerating some things in your life you don't want to tolerate. I think some of us even understand and know what those things are, but we just don't want to face them. We don't want to deal with them. So today, I just wanted to jump on here and I wanted to encourage you that you have the strength because God lives in you. He's given you the strength to address the things you don't want in your life, the people you don't need in your life, the situations in your life you don't need. But it takes not only faith that there is a God who gives you strength, but it takes the ability, the discipline, and the commitment to say, I'm going to change something in my life. Now, look, I'm getting older. Some people may say, they would say, it's too late. I don't need to change that. Well, I'm telling you what, I am not going to allow this habit, that thing that I began tolerating, to bring me down physically in the remaining years of my life. I'm going to overcome those, and that takes active faith on my part, action as well. So today, I'm encouraging you, I'm challenging you. Come on, take a step of faith and begin to change the habits, the things that you've been tolerating in your life, and overcome them and change them for good so you can live your best life ever. Can you do that? I believe you can. All right? Hey, listen, I'm glad you got on here to listen today. I love you so much, and I just can't wait to get back on here again very, very soon. I got some other things stirring up inside my heart that I want to share with you, and we're going to do that very soon, okay? So God bless you today. I'll be back on with you live not too long from now. Bye-bye.